What's up, Diamond Peak people? Paul Raymore here, marketing manager, and I have the pleasure to be here with one of our very own and one of my favorite members of the Diamond Peak family, Lila Lapanja, who is coming off some big wins at the U.S. National Championships. Stoked to have Lila as a representative of both the U.S., but certainly for Diamond Peak. She's got a great homegrown story here in Incline Village, essentially born and raised, came up through the Diamond Peak ski team, and has gone on some really, really big things in the ski racing world. We're stoked to have her as a kind of unofficial resort ambassador. And Lila, why don't you tell us a little bit about your recent results at U.S. National Championships?
Yeah, well, it was fun. I just came back from U.S. Nationals that were hosted in Aspen, Colorado this season. And out of the three events that I participated in, I came out on top on two of them in events that I usually don't race in that much. So it was a really fun surprise. It was a great way to end the season, a long season after spending 4.5 months on the road in Europe to come home to the U.S. and to be able to showcase my skiing on that national level was just thrilling, really cool. I'm proud of myself for being able to do that.
Nice. And as you can see, Lila's wearing some of the medals that she won. So it was for the Alpine Combined and the GS,
Giant
correct?
Slalom. Yep, Alpine Combined is the event where we do one run of a Super G, which is a speed event, and then one run of slalom, which is usually my main event that I race on the World Cup. And Giant Slalom is a technical event that is a little bit bigger of a event, bigger turns than slalom, but not as fast as Super G. So through the season, I usually focus on training and racing in slalom, and it was a gift to be able to win the Alpine Combined and the Giant Slalom, and I won both races by hundredths of a second. So it was quite a battle, but I came out on the right side.
Yeah, that is awesome. Especially the fact that you won by a hundredth of a
Hundredth,
second.
yeah.
Because we know in ski racing those hundredths really can matter, and it's such a matter of, yeah, like hundredths of a second sometimes, who's on the podium, who's on top, who's qualifying for the next round.
Exactly.
Tell us a little bit about, you also spent all or most of this winter over in Europe, traveling, skiing on the World Cup circuit. Tell us a little bit about how that went and how it prepared you to come on back and do so well at U.S. National Championships.
It was a wild year, of course, with COVID. I didn't know how to plan for a year with COVID on the World Cup, but I navigated it really well. We got tested a lot. We were getting tested 2 to 3 times every week going into races. And I really enjoyed being over there. We stationed in Austria, and I had about 6 World Cup races that I raced in, and we just navigated it. It was really fun. I scored World Cup points this year in Levi, Finland, right off the bat, and my skiing stayed consistently really strong, and so I had a lot of good momentum going into the second half of the season, the end of the season. It's usually the time of the year when we all get very tired because we've been grinding for 4 or 5 months. And I think it really showed that my summer training here at Diamond Peak, I spent a lot of time at Diamond Peak training, being up in the mountains, doing workouts here, down at the IFGID facilities, on the water. All of that stuff paid off at the second half of the season. You don't really see it until you start to get tired. And so it was cool to see all of that hard work pay off.
Awesome. Well, before we let you go, maybe tell us a little bit about, this summer's planned going into next season. Obviously, the Olympics are a big goal. We know that. And I gotta say, Lila's also looking for corporate sponsors, for individual sponsors. A lot of folks here in the Incline Village, Crystal Bay community have stepped up and kind of joined Team Lila and are supporting your skiing, and a lot of cool opportunities for other people to get involved. I know you've got a website, lilalapanja.com. Is that it?
Yep, that's it.
Perfect. So if you are interested in figuring out how to support one of our homegrown athletes, please go on the website and check that out. Diamond Peak is happy to call her an ambassador, happy to bring her back inspire some of the kids on our local race team. They all know her. You see a lot of her autograph on a lot of helmets around here, so super cool community connection. But yeah, tell us a little bit about what your plan is for this off season and then going into that all important winter next year.
Yeah, next winter is going to be a fun winter. It's an Olympic season, and I want to qualify. It's been a childhood dream of mine to go to the Olympics, and it feels more possible this year than ever before. So this summer, I'm going to just continue my training and spend a lot of time at home making sure I'm physically strong, so when I get back on snow, I'm ready to make the technical and tactical improvements in order to stay competitive with the top 30 racers in the world and give myself a chance to qualify. So as far as summer plans go, I'm gonna really take advantage of the days in Tahoe that I am home and try to be on the water as much as I can and be up in the mountains, do a lot of my physical training, similar to what I did last year, because I know that was working. So probably won't change much, but really looking forward and more motivated now than ever before. And like Paul said, there's a lot of different ways you can support me. There's a lot of different ways to join my journey, and I am looking for the financial and moral support going into this season. So if you're interested, you can go to lilalapanya.com. You can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at Lila Lapanja. So thank you very much.
Cool. Thanks, Lila. Great to catch up. And thanks for always representing Diamond Peak so well.
Always.
All right.